the move command for moving files and directories. This command has two forms. One form, you tell it mv, move, and then source. And source, basically you're specifying the thing that you're going to move. And target is specifying what you want the thing to be after it is moved. So a target would specify the file name or the directory name. So let's say you have source is A, target is B. That means that A is going to be renamed B if though A and B are just files in the current directory. Okay? Except with target, it can be a complete path and end with the name of the file or with the name of the directory, you know, what you want to name that source after it is moved to that place. Now the second form of the move command, source is still the same thing. You're specifying the thing that's being moved or renamed. And these triple dots, you don't put those in there. Okay? I don't know why they have it here in the man page. But over here, you're not specifying a full path to a directory or file. You are just specifying a directory where this thing, source, is going to end up. Okay? Now I'm going to read to you this first paragraph. The reason I am spending so much time on this man page is because if I was stuck trying to figure out how the move command works, and I just opened up this man page and read this stuff is very terse and dry. Your head would be spinning in circles trying to understand each word, and it still wouldn't make sense. That's why I have this video, okay? Alright, so I'm going to explain this first paragraph. It says, in its first form, which is this one right up here, the move utility renames the file named by the source operand. So you have something here which you are specifying, the source. That's the thing that you're moving or renaming, okay? And so, okay, let me say this again. In the first form, the move utility renames the file named by the source. Okay, so the keyword here is renames, okay? All right, so the first form of the move command is for renaming things, okay? So it renames the file named by the source operand to the destination path named by the target operand. In other words, this target is actually a complete path with a file name on it, except this file should not exist already, because that file is where the source is going to end up, and it's going to end up with the name of that file that's specified by the target. So the target is specifying a path which ends in a directory and a file in that directory. Okay? And remember, when I say file, it could be a directory because you could be moving, the source could be a directory. So in that case, you would be moving a directory to another directory. Okay? In other words, renaming the directory and moving it at the same time. And this form of the move can move a file and rename it at the same time. Okay? Now next, I'm going to read the second paragraph, which talks about the second form. Okay, I'll tell you what this paragraph is saying. If you try to read this paragraph, you're going to think whoever wrote this is a jerk, okay? He didn't expect anyone to understand this, okay? The first sentence is okay, the second sentence is horrible, okay? I'll read the first sentence and then I'll tell you what this all means. In its second form, which is this in the red, move moves each file named by a source operand to a destination file in the existing directory named by the directory operand, which is the second operand. In other words, it moves the source into the directory that's specified here by the path of that directory. Okay, that's all it means, I think. All right? All right. Now, the options are also important. I would go review what each one of those options are, and I would use them. The main reason for this is because the move command can overwrite things unintentionally. Okay? So the F here, actually, it does the F by default. F is to force it to overwrite. What you're going to want to use is the N option, the V option, and the I. The I makes it ask you before it overwrites, if it, in the case where it may overwrite. The N, well, the N tells it do not overwrite. So you'd probably want to use the I and the V, unless you're absolutely sure you don't want to overwrite anything. The I and the V, this will make it verbose, this will make it ask you. Okay? And then the N is if you just plain old know that you don't want to overwrite anything. All right, that's it for the move command.